Howdy folks, I'm a crystal clear champagne flute, cheerfully clinking celebratorily.
I'm Amber.
And here's more celebratory clinking for us to perform. Clink! Let's get started. Alright folks, and our first letter is titled, Am I a jerk for giving the cold shoulder to my boyfriend, a 32-year-old male, over a Christmas gift? I'm a 31-year-old female, and I've been with my boyfriend, a 32-year-old male, for 5 months. I have been jokingly, with a hint of seriousness, asking my boyfriend to open one of my gifts early because I let him have one early. I felt the gift in the wrapping, and I could tell that he got me a book, which was great because I love to read. Oh, it's a book. Yay. Thank you. His response was, well, I don't know if it's a good gift. So then I said, don't worry, babe. I'm sure it will be fine. Except that it wasn't. He got me a book on etiquette. It said etiquette in big capital letters on the cover. And on the bottom, it said manners for today. It also had a post-it note on it. I can't remember all of the text off the top of my head, but what stood out to me was the I asked Chat GPT, etc., etc., and I was so mortified and humiliated, but mostly I was stunned. Not only was the gift tactless, he used an AI for advice on a Christmas gift for his girlfriend, which made me even more angry because I am an artist and he knows my thoughts on AI. I was so stunned, and I didn't say anything. It was like when you give a hated or disliked gift to an NPC in Stardew Valley, and you get an, oh, thanks. Except this was in real time, with a sad or indifferent portrait as my face. I couldn't hold onto it anymore, and I started to cry. He came over and asked if anything was wrong, and I said no, and that I just wanted to be please left alone. He went upstairs and left me alone. A little while later, he came back and said that he was sorry. I didn't say anything. He went back upstairs. I eventually opened the book and I read it a little bit. I watched a video on my phone and then he came back down and apologized again and said that he'll return it. I've been sitting on my feelings and he keeps coming and making attempts to talk to me, so I just said, just leave it there. I'm actually reading it. So don't return it. That's what you got it for, right? Because you thought that I needed it. He didn't say anything and he went back upstairs. I just slept on the couch for the night. We haven't said anything to each other today except for me texting him that I was heading out and I took an Uber to work. I'm most likely going to take an Uber home. I'm not really angry anymore. I just still feel sad and humiliated. I feel like Christmas is ruined. I no longer feel very jolly, and quite frankly, I don't even want to open my remaining presents. He apologized, but that doesn't make me feel any better. I'm supposed to be going to a Christmas dinner with him and his extended family, and I don't feel like going anymore. I'll be going anyways because they already know that I'm coming. If I didn't live an hour away, I would be going home after tomorrow's shift. Edited for context. I regularly talk to my boyfriend and request things in a polite tone without saying please all the time. I feel like the please should be inflected. Also, the AI thing. I'm a creator, and my stance is that AI takes away from writers and artists. He has rubbed it in my face on how instead of doing original art for my potential VN project, I should just have an AI do it. That's why I'm particularly ruffled about the Chat GPT bit. Alright folks, what do you think?
Not the jerk. What he did here is insensitive. If you have a problem with your partner's manners, like that's a conversation to have face to face, not to passively aggressively get them as a Christmas present.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really believe that he had ChatGPT pull up a gift for his girlfriend. I think that he just wanted an excuse. He wanted a scapegoat, and he wanted to have her be more mannered or something like that.
Right, and he might have done that like, oh, well, ChatGPT gave me the title, so it counts as ChatGPT picking it and not me.
Yeah.
Although I feel like that also, like, knowing how she feels about ChatGPT also rubs salt into the wound.
Yeah. Now, I will say that I think that there are very legitimate uses for AI, but I think there are a lot of people who are using AI for some very unethical means, and suggesting that OP should use AI to do art, I think is pretty not a good way of doing it.
Well, especially when like she's an artist herself, and it seems like that's the part she enjoys of the project, because the
Yeah.
other part she was going to have him help her with.
Yeah.
So basically, he was saying, "Well, your contribution is useless."
Yeah. And the thing is, like, AI can be really great for inspiration. It can be really great to use as like a thesaurus. So if you're trying to think and formulate your thoughts, it can be a really good sounding board to basically pull ideas off of. You should really never use anything raw out of an AI, because I think that at that point in time, that can be unethical, because this is no longer your creation. It's accumulation of wherever this is pulled from. But all that is in the weeds and not at the point at hand, right?
No.
Amber and I were talking about this one, and we're like, you know what would be some good bad advice? And I think Amber came up with this idea. So go ahead, Amber, tell them about your bad advice.
So what OP could do is like read the etiquette book and take it to heart, and then just constantly like correct him. Oh no, hun, you can't use that. That's a dessert fork. You have to use blah 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 fork.
Yeah. I think this would be a really great way to handling this situation in a passive-aggressive way.
It would not solve their communication issues at all.
No. Well, and I mean, honestly, it is kind of deserved, right? If OP were to start calling him out on all his bad etiquette, then I think that it would be just desserts, to be quite frank. Now, I think that OP has a real boyfriend problem here. One, he's not giving her a thoughtful gift, because if he really did have AI give her this gift, or pick out this gift, then the thought doesn't count if you never thought about it, right? So one, that's already going against him. And two, this is a gift for him.
Yeah, it's not a gift for her, so it shouldn't be her Christmas present.
Yeah. This is something that he wants her to change about herself. So he got this gift because he felt that she was rude to him in one way or another. And so he doesn't want that anymore. So I don't know what he was thinking and why he would think that an etiquette book of all things was an appropriate Christmas gift, because it certainly isn't.
Well, it violates etiquette to gift it.
I would imagine so. I would imagine there would be some kind of etiquette against giving someone an etiquette book for Christmas.
Yeah, especially in a passive-aggressive manner.
And then OP also has to wonder, is this the last passive-aggressive gift that they're going to get from him? Is he going to give her more passive-aggressive gifts in the future? Is every birthday and Christmas and whatnot, I mean, we're 5 months into the relationship, and he's already giving her really terrible gifts.
Right.
What are the odds that the extended part of this relationship is going to get any better in that respect? Maybe this is the one lesson he needs to learn.
Yeah, so I mean, it's only 5 months, and like OP, it might be time to do some evaluating. See, like, are there areas where he actually is a great partner, and this is his one shortcoming, or is it kind of like pretty meh overall?
Yeah, and I would also say that OP needs to really give some consideration to their actions here, because this isn't healthy to hold in these kinds of feelings and emotions. And I can understand them really taking time to process things. But if you don't want to go to their in-laws or their extended family, don't. Plain and simple, right? He insulted you, and you don't have any need to play happy family here if he's insulted you this badly. Like, you are under no obligation to pretend like everything is just fine and dandy when everything isn't fine and dandy.
Right.
Don't do that to yourself.
It's only going to build resentment inside of you. Like, it's very clear you're feeling very resentful right now, and the more you go along suffering in silence, the more resentment is going to build toward him.
Yeah. So I think that this is a good time to learn about putting up boundaries. I think it's a good time to learn about not putting up with nonsense like this and painting a brave face on it, because at this point in time, you don't need to do that. You can just excuse yourself and say, I am not feeling this trip anymore, and then don't go. Or bring the etiquette book and start quoting passages out of it the entire time. Maybe correct his family on their etiquette.
That would go over swimmingly, I'm sure.
Well, if you're going to, nosedive the relationship, you may as well take it to its logical conclusion. Oh, you want to hear some notes out of the book that your son gave me? He says, according to this book, you're doing it all wrong. So, turn it into a giant joke, and then everyone maybe will roast him for it. But let me know what you folks think. So anyhow, take care and good luck. And Jim Jam 4603 says, was this post written by Chat GPT? And OP replies, this made me laugh. Thanks so much.
That does make me wonder what the top gifts for your girlfriend would be if you plug that into ChatGPT.
Hi, ChatGPT. What's a good gift to give to my wife? She is rude and ill-mannered. All right, folks. So this is like the worst case scenario. Assuming that he made this prompt, let's see what ChatGPT has to say about my rude and ill-mannered wife. Selecting a gift for your wife, even if you find her rude and ill-mannered, should ideally focus on something thoughtful and positive. The aim of a gift can be to improve your relationship and express care. Here are some ideas that might be suitable. A spa or day massage. A relaxing spa or day massage session can be a great way to help her unwind and maybe reflect on things in a peaceful setting. Books on personal growth. Consider a book focused on personal development, communication, or relationship building. It's a subtle way to encourage positive change. Oh, now
maybe that's
we know.
The etiquette book.
now we have our answer, folks. Cooking class for 2. Enroll yourselves in a cooking class. It's a fun activity, also a way to spend quality time together, which can improve your relationship. A personalized jewelry. A piece of jewelry with a thoughtful engraving that can be a cherished gift. The personal touch shows effort and care. A subscription box. A subscription box tailored to her interests, like a beauty products, books, gourmet foods, can also be a delightful monthly surprise. Quality time together. Plan a special day or a weekend trip together. Sometimes spending quality times can help in understanding each other better and mending relationships. Counseling sessions. If you feel your relationship could benefit from professional help, gifting a couples counseling session might be a bold but constructive step. Remember, the intention behind the gift should be positive and aimed at improving your relationship. It's important to choose something that aligns with her interests and shows her that you care.
Yeah, I would say that the self-help books and counseling, while they may be useful, are not good gifts.
Yeah. Do you have any book recommendations? And then I ask, what about an etiquette book? And ChatGPT says an etiquette book can be a thoughtful and useful gift, especially if it aligns with her interests, or if she learns about social graces and manners. Here are some recommendations. And then it gives me some recommendations on etiquette books.
I do not agree with ChatGPT on this one. This is why, folks, you should be very careful if you're using ChatGPT to pick gifts for your partner.
Yeah, I mean, actually, I think this goes to show that, like, with the right set of prompts, that ChatGPT will eventually give you something like that. But you really, like, I had to actually ask it, like, an actual etiquette book, right?
Mm-hmm.
It didn't come up with that on its own, though it did come up with the option of maybe some kind of, like, book on this stuff,
Yeah,
right?
self-help book.
Self-help book. Folks, just to let you know, ChatGPT is wrong here. Do not get your partner a self-help book for Christmas or their birthday unless they very specifically have asked for one.
Exactly. At that point in time, it can feel passive aggressive and like you're trying to change who they are.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. All right, folks, and our next letter is titled, Am I a Jerk for Demanding That My Girlfriend Let My Sister's Family Stay After They Adopted a Dog? My girlfriend owns a duplex, and when she bought it, it had an unfinished basement. She had been living upstairs and working on making the basement a rental suite. I moved in 5 months ago and began paying her rent. It's below market rate, as I can't afford my own apartment, with everything being so expensive. My sister's family also faced the same issues, and after some convincing from my girlfriend, she agreed to let them stay for a bit below what she wanted to rent the basement for. She wasn't happy initially, but my brother-in-law shovels the snow, and in the summer mows the lawn, so she's okay with it, and even offered to let him stay longer than the 3 months they had originally agreed to. They took that to mean that this place was permanently where they could live, and they got a shelter dog a few days ago. They said that she said yes verbally. She said that they never asked her about it. The dog is good, never damaged anything, but my girlfriend is demanding that they take the dog back or leave in 2 months. I'm angry because she delivered this news yesterday on Christmas, but she claimed that's when she found out. since they have been hiding the dog from her and didn't want to waste any time telling them that it was not okay. I am thinking that she is being cruel, and the dog isn't aggressive, but she claims that this breed will make her insurance premiums go up. She also has a dog, so it's not like she just hates dogs. I told her to have some sympathy for my family, and she yelled at me that my family was taking advantage of her because they never would have brought a dog without approval to any other regular rental. We had a huge fight on Christmas, and I demanded that they be allowed to stay, and she told me that they needed to be gone, and so do I. Alright folks, what do you think? Jerk or not the jerk?
Yeah, OP is the jerk here. Like, this is not his property. He doesn't get to make decisions about what is and isn't okay. And I understand this is his family, but they are violating their lease. Nowhere did she give them the approval for a dog. It seems like they're trying to pretend like she did, but I think it's very clear she didn't know.
Yeah, talk about biting the hand that feeds you, right? She offered them a place to live, and she is their landlord for all intents and purposes, right? And it doesn't sound like she's overbearing or anything. She just doesn't want her insurance premiums to go up, and that's understandable. She also spent a lot of time remodeling and refurbishing the basement for them to live in. Well, not them to live in, but for someone. And she probably doesn't want to have a dog wreck the place and then for her to have to go back through and remodel it because she's already renting this place below market rate. So she's not going to get a whole lot back out of her investment here.
Right, and it sounds like OP has been coercing his partner from the beginning, like just like, let my sister live here, let my sister live here, let my sister live here. And then that's why they think they can get away with it, because OP can talk, the girlfriend into anything. So we're going to get a dog, hide it until we can't, we couldn't possibly give the dog up now. And OP's just going to fix everything for us.
Yeah.
And that's not okay. They deserve to either, one, give away the dog or to move because they are violating their lease.
Yeah, exactly. But let me know what you folks think. So anyhow, take care and good luck. And LLJKSILK says, "You're the jerk. Your sister and her family are the jerk as well. I hope that she kicks every single one of you out. What kind of entitled jerk adopts a dog in a temporary place that they are staying at the good graces of the owner?" And OP replies, "They are paying rent, so it's not staying because of my girlfriend's good graces. She's renting below market rate. She didn't want them moving in the first place. This is by no means a favor to them because she could be charging anyone else more money, right?"
Well, exactly. And they're paying rent. I mean, they're paying rent. They are providing their money as they're legally required to. But she had no obligation to house them in the first place. It sounds like she's been perfectly a good landlord in all those respects.
Yeah. And Blue Star Silver says, "You're the jerk. Your family is definitely taking advantage of her. Regardless of how long they were intending to and permitted to stay, they need the landlord's explicit permission to get a pet. And if they can afford a pet, they can afford to pay her closer to market rent for the unit." And OP replies, "The dog is my nephew's Christmas present, and they said that it was only $100 to adopt him." Only $100.
Yeah, well, that doesn't count for like food and vet bills. Like, there's all kinds of costs you incur with having a pet that don't go into that initial adoption fee.
Yeah. All right, folks, it is tea time. Grab your beverages of choice. I have some tea right here, and Amber has a jovial Amstein joke.
What did the cat say when her kitten brought home all A's?
I can tell you exactly what the cat said. You might think that the cat said something like perfect, but that isn't what the cat said, because the cat is a cruel parent who is like, "You only got A's? You should have brought home A pluses."
No, that's not this cat. The cat did say, "How perfect."
Yes, I am just being silly. And I have licorice spice. Alright, folks, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for watching. Happy Wednesday, Hump Day, Friday, Junior's Eve. Amber, we need some kind of moral advice and or guidance, and please have it in the form of a post-it note on a gift.
Here is my Christmas gift just for you. I made it without any AI because I actually put thought into your gift and didn't just ask a Chat GPT what my partner would want.
Hey, ChatGPT, give me 100 jokes.
I thought of each of these on my own, so
Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you all tomorrow.
bye.